everyone? We are back. Sorry for the interlude there. We just had a little bit of a technical difficulty. By my side, once again, we have Retrophile in the booth with me. How you doing, Retro?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, man. I'm electric and ready to go for this grand final here between Spekio and eedefeed. I think this would be a fantastic match.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup here as we go into this and try to decipher who's going to win. Now, I think I was going to say before we went down that I had predicted that Into would take the first match, but I was definitely wrong there. So again, I don't. It's not that I don't want to say anything. It's I feel like I'm going to be wrong if I say.
Yeah, it's simple predictions, man. This one's hard to call. It can go either way. eedefeed has done a ton of practice, is a wonderfully competent player. Spekio, the top builder, took down Intuition, definitely no small feat yesterday, in a nail-biter of a match the whole way. Definitely just complete heart attack inducing. So the man knows how to deal stress, and it's going to be close, I think. And this game one, I think, very well may set the tone. But whomever takes game one, I think game two, it's whoever did not win that one will take it back very quickly. And game three will be a close one, possibly to the end.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right on that. It's going to be close going back and forth. If I had to make a prediction one way or another, I think that Spekio is going to go home with the gold.
I'm sure Spekio would love to hear that right about now. But eedefeed has put in some serious time in the lab, reviewing the film, learning the levels. If he can get lucky with some levels that he knows, and with that little bit of tribal knowledge, he can possibly take this as well.
All right, so we're just getting ready up here in the booth, and we're just waiting for readies from both of our runners as well. So just bear with us here a moment as we get everything going one more time.
Right, you are. We're going to have to go through and get the playlist all set and ready to go. Judge Jaj will be taking care of that. And I'll take a moment here, guys, to thank Jaj DP. Again, he streams on twitch.tv/ultimateisrdy. Big thanks to him and to everyone else at the administration here at DLC for taking care of a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you don't see. Fantastic stuff overall. Thank you to the runners that have put themselves out here on the big stage for all of us to watch and enjoy. To the casters, you as well, Sanaeth, Talk Gibberish, Pure Nix, and eedefeed as well as a caster, but he spent a lot more time out on the field than in the booth, and he's found himself into the grand finals as well. And also a big thank you again to Butterscotch Shenanigans for having such a wonderful game and community-driven content for us to work with, and you guys as well. Every single one of you that is viewing and following, we're glad to be here for you and put on some entertainment. It's been quite a show so far, and we got the grand finals coming up here real shortly.
And a big thank you to Retrophile as well for getting the community together over on his channel. It definitely does a good job over there, keeping a nice little community going and making sure that he's passing on that stream to other community members, myself, to eedefeed, to some of the other streamers that are out there. Huge thanks to getting this community together, passing along all those views, and getting everyone excited for all the different people that stream this, run this, race it. However it's done. It's definitely a nice community to be in.
Completely agreed. I could not have said any better. So thank you very much for that, Sanaeth. Really do appreciate it as well. And it's only going to grow from here, folks. DLC 3, whatever that's going to be, I expect a lot more than what we have today, a lot more matches moving forward. So guys, definitely check out the info. Go ahead and join the Discord. Say hello, pop in. You can find out more announcements from there about when we're going to be doing things next and when we're looking for people to run, to cast, to assist. Every little bit helps for sure, guys. But if you want to be up here on the big stage, if you wanted to do commentary like we're doing today as well, go and throw your hat in the ring. We'll definitely welcome the assistance. But in the meantime here, the main focus will be shifting over to Spekio and eedefeed, currently reviewing their playlists as we get ready for this game one.
And right you are on that. And again, make sure you're supporting these runners. Go and follow each of their individual channels. Be sure you say hi in their chat. Give them some love. Let them know that you're there. They definitely appreciate the lurks. And I mean, if they have their own communities as well, be sure to join their own communities so that you can keep up to date with their own announcements when they're streaming and what they're doing.
Completely agreed. And it looks like chat is very much as indecisive as we are about this. We don't know who to root for. Obviously, from we're here, we have to stay as unbiased as possible, but this is going to be a close one. It could go either way. Really, there's no clear person that's the favorite here. I don't think there's any underdogs or favorites. Spekio has a lot of knowledge with being the top creator, but eedefeed has shown that he can definitely do well in this format.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that. And it looks like we're just getting down to our playlist right now. Both runners are going to start looking at the plans coming up here as we're getting ready to get going.
All right, well, that being said, guys, just a last little quick reminder. Again, 15 minutes, best of 3 set. Both players given 2 playlists of 10 levels each. Whoever can complete the most within 15 minutes will take the set. You take 2 sets, the best out of 3. You win the grand final, and you will be crowned the champion of DLC Season 2. Spekio, eedefeed. Let's see what we've got here, folks. Both of them readying up, and we'll be moving to the countdown here just momentarily. Definitely get your popcorn, move to the edge of the seat, get comfortable. It's going to be a good one here, guys.
I agree. And you know what? I'm hoping, beyond all hope, we see a tie on Game 3.
Agreed. I'm looking forward to possibly seeing a potential tiebreaker that very well may happen at some point during this set. And everyone readying up at this point. The countdown should be coming here, guys. Green flag will be dropping here momentarily.
All right, chat, let's get some hype going. Let's get some of those flags waving around. I want to see lots of flag spam in chat, guys. Let's get it going.
So awesome. Such a great community
3,
we have here today.
2,
really appreciate it.
1, and
Go. Ladies and gentlemen, the grand finals of DLC Season 2 are underway. Spekio versus eedefeed. We will see who's got what on this one. Both of them showing very confident poise coming out of the gate here, looking for that first clear. Shenanigans, who do you think is going to take first blood here today?
You know, I keep saying that I don't want to make a prediction, but you know what? I'm going to say eedefeed is going to take first blood on this.
Right now, they're both evenly matched, both fighting these 2 flip whips. Spekio, however, taking a death, it looks like. And that can be costly without a checkpoint.
The trick here is you want to get on that lower level in order to get those flip whip little grenades that you can throw up at them. But it looks like both runners are past that area now. Moving on to the next area up here.
And eedefeed getting blocked by that large flip whip, trying to figure out his way to get by there. He has the package in hand and trying to do what he can to just push him back to get him some breathing room.
Oh, and gets hit with the tongue. Right there. The reset point's right there, though, so not too hard to reset as you're fighting those creatures.
The only unfortunate thing here is that this flip whip, being the bully that he is right now, is acting as a bit of a time gate. eedefeed's going to have to push him back anytime he takes a death there, because there's no real way to really get at him based on the positioning of what we have here. And unfortunately, taking another death. You have to imagine right now he's... Sorry about that. You have to imagine right now he has to be feeling very frustrated by all of this. And Spekio as well hasn't even gotten to that first checkpoint, so he's trying to work his way through. I'm imagining that we may see a skip on either one of these sides here if things continue going the way they have.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is it looks like this level would definitely be a skip level. I mean, the shoot time on this is pretty nice to look at, so they gotta know that their ending point is somewhere nearby. All they gotta do is get through these fights here. And it looks like eedefeed slightly ahead. Takes an unfortunate death, though, but he is slightly ahead on that reset point.
And he's working his way up this staircase. We have to imagine the goal is nearby, and he finds it. First blood going to eedefeed in Game 1, 1-0.
Looks like I was right for once.
Right, you are, my friend. eedefeed moving on and deciding to possibly skip. There's some hesitation here, and it opts to do so.
Yep, and it looks like Spekio is going to be right behind him on this first level. We know that the goal is right here, and there it is, 1-1. Both players are tied up as they go into their next levels here.
Fantastic start to Game 1 here. We'll see if Spekio opts to do a skip. A little more decisive in his action there, joining eedefeed on the same level here. 1-1, same level. Let's see what we've got here, guys. Who can execute better and possibly either take the lead or move forward?
We're seeing a lot of battle gates coming up through this level, so it's just a lot of fighting creatures, making sure that you're fighting them correctly, and yeah, just get through these different gates.
eedefeed there making a very smart play. I'm not sure if you noticed that or not, but he grabbed the power-up before activating the checkpoint not being reusable. And that way, if he dies, he doesn't have to worry about re-getting the power-up each time, where Spekio right now is going to have to. That's a small time loss that adds up every time he takes a death.
Yep, making these battle gates look really easy, especially with these shells that you can throw right at him. This guy's package exit's probably right here, and there it is.
There it is. 2-1 eedefeed taking the leady. Sorry, I can't help myself.
Eedefeedy leady? Is that how we're calling it now?
Edie taking the leady.
But Spekio's right behind him.
And that you are taking his clear as well, tying it up 2-2. But as of right now, we can see that that Edie is actually kind of setting the pace on this now, getting into a zipper level. So this makes me very happy to see once again, and we'll see which one is more comfortable with. Looks like these very basic maneuvers with the zipper, and they're trying to find their way through as best they can. Screen for screen here, it looks like, but Edie definitely has a bit more time to work with it than Spekio did.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to, is how much level knowledge and how much practice are you going to give yourself ahead of another player, too. You get more level practice, you end up getting a little bit ahead.
And Spekio, right about to take a death there, opts for the skip, however, and Edie's still working his way through. We'll see, however, getting crushed by that Crumbler, but he's nearing the top. We imagine that the goal has to be nearby.
Yeah, that's got to be the final section right there. This super difficult, making sure you get through these crumblers with just the right timing so that you don't get crushed.
Speaking about difficult and right timing, on Spekio's side, we're seeing that he's masterfully maneuvered through that section with the cannons, having to do a bullet bridge to make it. He's found his way to the checkpoint, found the package. The goal has to be nearby as well, and taking that clear. Fantastic job by Spekio, taking the lead, 3-2.
Yeah, so there's our first lead switch. We had eedefeed in the lead for a little bit, but now Spekio's in the lead. Are we going to see a take back here?
And we can see it on his side. He's just going to do some basic package jumps, ties it up 3-3.
Yeah, if you guys thought that Into was dangerous, I mean, both these runners are really showing off their skill here.
And both of them, probably the word I could say is consistency. They're both consistently good and stable, and they both do pretty well under pressure at this point. So I think this will be a close and potentially high-clearing match that we're seeing here. They're making pretty good pace overall.
And we're seeing a cloud cannon drop that you have to drop through to finish this level over on Spekio's side.
Unfortunately, all I see right there with stacked dense fog like that is one big giant time gate. And I know that Spek is going to be looking at that too and possibly thinking about it. However, eedefeed taking the lead back 4-3.
That's our second lead change on this already. I think we're going to see a ton of lead changes back and forth, and we're only on the first set, guys. This is super exciting.
Right, you are. And now I'm very surprised that Spekio is sticking with this. However, I have to imagine a skip will be coming here shortly if he takes another death, but it seems like it may be very close. He just has to avoid it, however, taking the death. And Edie also on this level. We'll see what happens here.
I kind of wonder if the package can end up killing the clouds for you, like drop it down in there.
Unfortunately, no. If you actually drop a package on top of the dense fog, that will not trigger the dense fog to go. It has to be GR18 that actually will stand on top of it. Some other things can work and interact with it, such as rockets and bombs and such can clear dense fog. The package will not, however.
And it looks like my idea of dropping the package actually ends up working for eedefeed there, as he drops it to block the cannons to get through the dense fog.
He actually used that as a bit of a barricade to work his way down, so good job to him to actually get down there. Both people screen for screen, however, currently in eedefeed's favor with his 4-3 lead.
Yeah, and that's definitely the thing, is that we're screen for screen, but eedefeed's still in the lead, so if both runners finish, which it looks like Spekio just did, eedefeed right behind them, both runners getting their clears to go up, it is now 5-4 in eedefeed's favor.
That's correct. We had a momentary tie there, but Edie, again, no slouch, making sure to go as best as he possibly can. Taking a look at the time here, guys, we are past the halfway mark. Only 7 minutes remain in this first set.
And seeing a halfway mark here with 5-4, it is very possible for both runners to get to that double digit on this first set.
I would not be surprised if we didn't see that at some point during this matchup. But right now, again, very much still in eedefeed's favor with that additional clear, even if they are screen for screen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. As long as eedefeed can stay consistent on these levels, not skip a level that Spekio might end up doing, this is going to turn into just staying in that lead.
And both of the runners are trying to avoid the slurp juice as much as they possibly can. They don't want to take that artificial slowdown. Got to go fast. And both of them in this rebound section trying to fight these flip whips as safely as possible. There is another armor power-up that Spekio could grab down there. And Edie working his way up, trying to find a way around the tower with momentum from that Sky Wiggler. Can he do it?
Yeah, momentum plus rebound, definitely some easy cheese there. As he gets it, gets the package, and gets the finish, increasing his lead over Spekio.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, look, Spekio is trying to find his way up the middle part here as well on that side, but Edie, again, lengthening, like you said, his stride and going to a 6-4 lead. That was beautifully executed by eedefeed on that side, and Spekio answering back 6-5.
Yep, so we have eedefeed with a slight more level knowledge on his side as he's going through this level. Pretty easy jumps here. You just got to avoid the hazards as you go up this tower. There's probably all this level is going to be is just a tower defense level.
Very straightforward. He sees the end. He's got some knowledge. He pops over the top, does not even worry about getting all the gems, and is now going to be falling his way down. A clear has to be coming here very shortly.
And there it is. He increases the leer again.
And that is his 7th clear. An excellent pace by eedefeed. And it looks like Spekio is also looking for... He's opting not to go over the top. He's going to grab all the gems. And as we know, that Edie grabbed it. He decided to go over the top of it at this point. That's going to be a pivotal moment here, folks.
Yeah, that's going to burn a lot of time on Spekio's side. So now eedefeed's not only got a commanding lead as far as amount of levels completed, but he's also got a lead in level knowledge now.
Agreed. And also the big time chunk at this point, he's gaining knowledge as he moves forward here, whereas Spekio, that's still going to be unknown territory to him when he gets there. The one thing about this level that Spekio's on, though, which is probably why he didn't worry about it too much, is that this is very easy and consistent and pretty nice to go through. So he knows it's going to be an easy clear, which he'll take here moving forward.
Yep, and Spekio's got some nice cheese going through this level as he knows exactly where he needs to go to get the package. He's got it. Now he just needs to get over to the goal.
Spekio's 6th clear, taking this to 7-6. Oh, never mind. 8-6. Edie getting his clear as well. And that is a confirmed 8 clears. Look at that play. There's only 2 skips out of the first 10. And we've still got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, so this is very easily going to be a double-digit clear on the first set. No problem whatsoever.
I think I saw in the chat that Edie likes it cheesy and doing the best he possibly can with it. And we saw a little assessments before he launched into the playlist. He took a look, I have to assume, at some of the clear times on there to plan his attack for these final minutes. Very smart play.
Yeah, it's not something I've actually seen yet, so definitely going through and looking at some of the clear times on these levels before you start going into them gives you an idea of what can you skip, what can you actually do before you go into each level.
And I must comment, I'm a big fan of this playlist here. This is the 2nd level to really feature the zipper prominently, by the way. And right now, Spekio working his way through the zipper challenge. He sees the end in sight, will do what he can do. And eedefeed opting for a skip, and Spekio grabbing that clear, bringing this one up to 8-7.
Yeah, I mean, this still could go either way, because all we need to do now is have Spekio clear one level, tie it up, and then it comes down to playing another set after that.
That's correct. And now, if he does tie it up, though, this will go to a draw tiebreaker, basically 5 minutes complete a level. So if he can maintain and Edie starts struggling here, there's not much time left. It could be anyone's game. We'll see what happens here as we go into the second playlist on Spekio's side.
Yep, and eedefeed does see the goal. He knows exactly where to go. It looks like Spekio is going to get this clear pretty quickly. He's right there. He just needs to get to it.
He's going to have to work his way back around. Now, he's looking to see if he could possibly figure out a way through the dense fog, whereas eedefeed is taking the other way, more conventionally. Oh, my God, but taking a death right before the goal. My gosh, that's got to hurt.
Yeah, that definitely made me cringe.
However, eedefeed grabbing the clear at that point, moving this one up, closing the gap, or furthering the gap here, 9-7. That had to have hurt extremely much here for Spekio. My heart breaks for him for that one. That was right at the end there. The Flapjacks just decided to take it away from him in the last minute. eedefeed on his side has to work his way with these toe sliders and avoid the spikes on the ground. We'll see what he's got.
Yeah, we've only got about a minute left in the match, too. So, I mean, we're starting to see that this is going to turn into eedefeed wins first set, I think.
And right you are. I think that's going to be probably the right decision here with what happened here with Spekio. Both hard fought, though, but this is a pretty high-scoring first match we see in the set. Again, I fully expect that even if eedefeed does take this first match, Spekio has a very good chance of answering back in Game 2.
At least we're all hoping for a Game 3.
I fully expect we will make it there, and I have no doubt. This, again, is anyone's match. It just came down to a couple different things here. A few pivotal moments that we noticed here. Otherwise, both players played very consistently, very cleanly the whole way through. Just a couple of things that maybe some additional level knowledge that eedefeed had over Spekio with hopping over that one gem gate definitely played to his favor time-wise. And also that heartbreaking death that Spekio just had. Guys, we're getting down to the final 30 seconds of this first set. Again, still in eedefeed's favor.
eedefeed going through these spring jumps. This is not some tech I've seen before, so definitely an interesting area to go through, using these springs to get through the game as he gets his last win there before the counter gets down to 0. We got a double-digit 10-7.
And both players getting their clears in at identical times at that point. It's actually 10-8 from what we see, and the time is ticking down, and time is done. Both players skipping through to verify their playlist at this point, but looks like it's going to be a 10-8 in favor of Edie on this second playlist, taking Game 1 of the grand final.
Yeah, so Spekio's got to be looking at this game too, like, okay, what could I do better to try and tie this up so I still have a chance for Game 3?
Now, I have to mention, like I said, that the mental state of that one death, I cannot understate that fact. That heartbreaking, inches away from it and no checkpoints in sight. Having to redo that level entirely it just kills the morale instantly in that moment. But now with him taking this, I think he'll realize now that he lost Game 1, that he will bounce back in Game 2. Obviously, again, he's no slouch with coming back. He's no stranger to tiebreakers and working under pressure. I expect great things from Spekio here in Game 2.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing for anyone who's interested in at least starting this kind of a tournament is if you lose your first game, don't let it get to you. Go into the next one with a fresh mind. This is I know I need to catch up, but let's take a deep breath and just start on the next one.
So on the same coin here with Spekio trying to claw his way back up to reset this to a Game 3, eedefeed is going to be looking to put this one away as early as possible, crowning himself champion of DLC Season 2. But don't count Spekio out yet. It can go either way for sure, guys. This is going to be very good. It was a close set all the way through. Just a couple, like I said, pivotal moments that really kind of caused it. But eedefeed played very confidently throughout.
Yeah, and I think that was what it came down to, is that there was a couple of things there that Spekio just ended up, Flapjacks got in his way, or, just small mistakes that you don't think about it, but each one of those mistakes that ends up burning some time for you.
You are for sure. Guys, while we have a quick moment here, just another quick plug. Again, thanks for tuning in here at twitch.tv/delivery championship for the DLC Delivery League Championship that we have going on here. Definitely check out the Discord if you want to talk with us in the community here, get about updates and announcements for things that are out there. Delivery Championship also has matches out on YouTube. You can go back and watch those matches there as well. The VODs are also here on Twitch. If you ever have any questions about it, by all means, feel free to reach out to any of us and let us know what you'd like to know. But we'd love to see more faces, more competitors here moving forward, and just continue to expand within the community. If you want to run on the big stage, if you want to jump here in the booth with us, by all means, hop in here in the Discord, and once we need those things, they'll be going out. You'll have to fill out the registration. You can start getting your streaming stuff together, and if you want to try this out yourselves, guys, definitely hop into the tower. Go ahead and put the filter on challenge difficulty and hit the random playlist and see what you get and what it looks like for you.
Yeah, and we're definitely talking about doing other kinds of events here on Delivery League Championship. It might not just be this format. There could be other formats that we're going to try out. Some people have already asked us if we're going to do Amateur League or Advanced League, or maybe doing the Level Cup races that Retro ends up running over on his channel with everyone else. Those are definitely possibilities that we're talking about. It's just going to come down to interest, guys. So, I mean, the more people that we get into this Discord, the more people we get into this community and show interest, more runners we get in here, that's definitely going to make us want to do those runs more often.
Definitely tell your friends, guys. Obviously, you know what LevelHead can be, and getting your friends involved with it, bringing more folks to the community here. It's been nothing but positive the whole way through. I've said this before. I'll say it again here on this forum here, that LevelHead has truly the greatest community I've been a part of here. Very supportive the whole way through. Everyone's super nice and helpful. It's been absolutely wonderful. So, guys, thank you so much for coming out today and sharing in this grand final moment with all of us here. We'll see what's happening. Looks like they are getting ready, looking through their playlists and verifying. So I have to imagine here we're going to be counting down for this game 2 very shortly, guys.
All right, we're starting to get some readies from both in the booth and from our runners here. So we are going to be getting going in just a few seconds, as Retro said.
All right, Sanaeth, what are you thinking for match 2 here? Do you think Spekio can run this one back?
I'm thinking he will. I'm thinking he'll definitely take first blood and keep a good head. I don't think we're going to see any ties.
Very interesting call. The first match was still pretty close, though, 10-8. Definitely impressive showings from both runners at this point. I imagine the countdown will be coming here shortly, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. Green flag drops on game 2. eedefeed looking to put this one away. Spekio looking to keep his tournament dreams alive. Here we go, folks.
Now, this is looking like a puzzle level. Easy skip for both players as they get to the second level.
And right you are. Looks like they were working their way through. They were in sync there for a little bit of time, but looks like a pretty straightforward level compared to what they were working with previously. Packages within view.
Yep, all they need to do is get that blobfish out of the way and they can grab the package. They know exactly where the end is, so they just need to get through there to get it.
And it looks like right now Spekio currently has... Actually, no, yes. It looks like Spekio right now may have a very similar way of doing this, and they're very close to each other. Both kind of lining up, trying to figure out what to do.
It looks like eedefeed's first to grab the package on this level, but Spekio's right behind them. All they gotta do now is get to that finish point, and Spekio gets it first. eedefeed gets lost in the level, has to take a reset to go back and get the package.
So Spekio this time around with first blood, just as you called, by the way. eedefeed took first blood in the first match, ended up taking the win. Speaking of, eedefeed just gets his clear now, 1-1 in game 2. Will that carry over? Will that momentum push Spekio to take the win here and take us to a game 3 like everyone wants us to?
And yeah, that's the thing. We're all hoping for a game 3. I'm sure both runners are hoping for, at least Spekio is hoping for game 3, and eedefeed's hoping for game 2.
Yes, at this point, the nerves have to be running extremely high stakes match, and looks like that Edie's taking the skip on that, but look at Spekio with the confident progress, these jumps, one tile doing a great job the whole way through, and you have to imagine that the goal is going to be nearby.
Yeah, you don't jump just in time, don't hold the jump button long enough, you can definitely take a really bad fall there and have to start over from scratch.
It looks like he may have to take a sprinting jump off that package to make it up further. He's going to maintain it.
And he's got it. He's going towards the end right now. Not sure exactly where it is. Oh, he sees it. He just needs to get to it, and he's on it.
He does. 2-1. Spekio taking the lead, but eedefeed answering right back in the next level. 2-2, tying it up.
Yep, so now we're going to see the same level over on Spekio's side that eedefeed just finished. So this is going to turn into level for level if Spekio skips this or if he's going to finish it.
A quite precarious beginning here with having to weave that ripcord through those Spiketrons, but at least there's a checkpoint nearby. This area with the Spike Chainers, though, proving to be quite interesting, but he's getting a checkpoint as well. So Spekio making confident progress again on this side. On eedefeed's side, trying to find his way through, looking for some cheese with that spring.
And Spekio gets the clear, so now we're tied up again. Or no, I'm sorry. Spekio is in the lead, so it's now 3-2 favor of Spekio.
Right, you are 3-2 at this point. Again, Spekio showing confident progress now, and now he's ahead going into this. And it's maybe the first blood here in this grand final. Truly is the telltale sign. If we can make it this to a game 3, I'd be curious to see how that one turns out as well. Both players trying to find their way through this mess of traps and climb up the tower to deliver the package at the top there.
Now, a lot of people might ask themselves, why would you ever need to get through a mess of traps in order to deliver a package? But you never know.
Well, that's why we're here. We are training GR18 from the LevelHead division. And look at this. Spekio having less time in the level makes up quickly followed by eedefeed, but still in the lead 4-3 to Spekio's favor.
Yeah, I mean, even though they're tying up, Spekio is maintaining that lead every time, just answering right back.
And even though that they're on the same level, again, with that additional clear, Spekio has a fantastic advantage going into this. He's got to be feeling really good about not having to skip things.
It's like my crystal ball was pretty close on when I said that Spekio was going to be in the lead the entire time. We're going to see very rare tie-ups.
This is looking really good so far. Your predictions very well might be coming true here today. We will see. However, that jack drop answering back and splitting Spekio's skull, unfortunately. eedefeed on his side also trying to make it through these rooms, swoopadoops, battle gates, flapjacks. It's going to just come down to consistency.
Yeah, consistency and a little bit of knowing how to bait these creatures so you can get them out of the way.
Correct, guys. We're getting close to the 10-minute mark. Almost 5 minutes have ticked by at this point. Again, score is 4-3 in Spekio's favor. And it looks like both players are kind of struggling with this level. Brawlers can be difficult. Enemy behavior can be hard to tell. But never mind. eedefeed wrapping this one up, tying it back up 4-4.
Yep, all Spekio needs to do is get through this last battle gate, and he's going to get back ahead.
Right there you are, sir. 5-4 for Spekio as he gets his clear.
Yep, so we had a very short tie there, but Spekio maintains that lead.
And I don't know about you there, Sinea, but this is wrapping up to be a very exciting Game 2 overall. Spekio showing great poise throughout here. I think everyone right now is chanting and hoping for that Game 3. And it looks like that very well could be a good possibility. Spekio, however, not getting the clear, even with the goal in the distance. eedefeed grabbing his, tying this back up 5-5.
Yep, so Spekio knows where the goal is. He knows what he needs to do. He's hoping not to spend a whole lot of time on this level in order to get it.
And the tie is once again. Spekio grabbing that clear, 6-5. Now, both players trying to figure out what to do. Potentially a troll level, not sure. I mean, we're going. The weather here is quite strange, going from sunny to rainy at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, this looks like it's a very precise one-tile jump to get to your package.
It looks like that they've made some progress, at least at this point. Spekio going down to fight that pop jaw in a pretty precarious place. Finds the rip cord and a checkpoint.
Yeah, he doesn't have that package, though. He knows where the end is, though. He can see it. He just needs to now grab the package.
And I think he may have just gotten trolled a little bit. And it looks like there may have been a... he's trying to throw that pop medallion up there, but however, did not work out the way he intended to. Gets the package and grabs the clear. Once again, 7-5 here in Spekio's favor, pulling ahead further.
Yep, eedefeed does the same thing. Throws the medallion up there, grabs the package, goes over to the checkpoint, and closes the gap a little bit more. 7-6, still in Spekio's favor.
And guys, we are at the midway point of this set, coming around the 7-minute, 30 seconds left area at this point. Again, it's a close match. Anyone's game if someone gets held up here at some point, but still, Spekio looking strong in game 2.
This is an interesting level. The level kind of shows you that where you can go, what you can bounce on. Just trying to get through these little bit of traps here. But Spekio is making it look easy, just taking a little bit of time.
And it looks like we have a secret code to remember here. I think that was 1342. And there's a small puzzle here. I think he's got it. 1, 3, 4, and 2. And he's rewarded. Yep. Oh, and then dies instantly afterward.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate death, but now he knows what he needs to do to get through here.
Entering in the wrong combination, having to spring his way back up there as well. That's going to give Edie a chance to kind of get through here. They're both in the same section.
And eedefeed just soft-locked himself, so now he's got to go back to that checkpoint, get back up, gets his code, so now he knows what switches he needs to hit in order.
Spekio opting to take a different path entirely, trying to see if there's another way he can go.
I don't blame him. Looking for cheese on this level. It definitely looks like there's some cheese off to the side there.
Well, you can see that there are springs that you can get to that are not locked down by those red purge gates. Those are item gates. You can't pull those things out of there at this point. But looks like Spekio doing what he can. What he's got the ripcord. Going to have to fight a swoop-a-doop. This level has a lot going for it right now. And we'll have to wonder if both these players are going to stick with it. No, Spekio opting to skip. Maybe the right call. We'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how far ahead that last area is going to be. But this is eedefeed's chance to catch up here.
And it looks like that has confirmed 8 clears, I believe, on that playlist that we had there. It shows 7 currently on the stream, but it looks like I saw 8 on that playlist. Can you confirm that, Sanaeth?
I didn't actually get a chance to see it, but I think he's on 8 as well, from what I remember.
That looked like 8 for me as well, because I think he has a 2-game lead at this present time. We'll have to verify to confirm, but I believe I saw 8 at that last little bit there. eedefeed on his side doing what he can. And he sees the goal within reach and grabs it.
Our staff is confirming 7 for Spekio at this time. Maybe we'll have to take a double check on that VOD just to check it, but yeah.
My apologies. May have been my vision on my side. I know it was a close game at this point, and Edie taking the one on that one where he skipped. Spekio, however, knocking at the door to either regain the lead or lengthen his lead at this point. This last little section can be tricky.
Yeah, these are like almost pixel perfect jumps that you have to get through to get to this package, get through the spikes. I mean, this is not a nice level to get through.
So with this one, you actually need to do the best thing that you can actually do is throw down the blop sack at this point, and it's a consistent jump arc where you can actually throw the blop sack down. Like, you don't want to take it in there with you. And actually, you can grab the package on the way down, just hold right, and you'll make it through there. The Spiketron hitboxes are circular. They're not actually, even though they looked interlocked, there is some forgiveness between the edges of the spikes that you can thread yourself through. So at this point, we'll see what happens if Edie knows what to do here. This is an oldie but a goodie. And unfortunately, Spekio opting to skip that may prove to bite him at this point. That jump could eat up a lot of time, but if you know how to do it, you can get a quick clear right at the end there.
Yeah.
And also, it looks like that we're on a bit of a tech level. Unfortunately, Spekio taking an unfortunate death in that moment. He was right at the end of it, but this should be a pretty much confirmed clear. eedefeed trying to work his way through. He knows that the end is nearby, but he's trying to figure out a way to get that clear. Spekio grabbing that one as well. And if we go based on what we see here, that should be the lead then at this point.
All right, we're starting off on this level. We know where the package is. We know where the end is. We just need to put them together to get through this next level that Spekio is in right now.
Now, I remember this level as well. This one's not too bad. As you progress, it gets more difficult, but it's actually a fairly short level. There's not really much to do here either way. eedefeed, however, still trying to figure out a way through these Spiketrons, eating up a lot of time. Spekio maybe made the right call by getting away from it, but if Edie can answer back here, that will definitely be to his benefit.
Yeah, I mean, we're still seeing this race is very, very close between both runners, but Spekio has been doing a really good job of maintaining that lead.
And that is correct. And looks like that that is the last battery I think you need to grab in the upper left corner there Time is continuing to tick away. 2 minutes and 30 seconds at this point. The game 3 chants are starting in chat already.
Yeah, so he's just throwing that second battery down, going for the third one through these cannons, gets it. Now he's just got to make his way back through. He's down there.
This is a very scary moment. And eedefeed makes the jump and gets through there. Very good job. But Spekio also knocking at the door of getting a clear here as well. All he needs to do is get that waylay.
Yep, there it is. He's got it. He's getting through here. The cannons are shut off.
And that's a nice clear for him as well. Well done, Spekio, keeping it competitive, putting himself back into the lead at this point. Should be 9-8 from what we're showing.
Yep, that's what we're showing.
And now this is a Trig Blaster level. This can waste some time, but however, looks like on eedefeed's side, gets through the Jazz DP level and ties this one back up with 1:30 left to go.
Yeah, this might be our first double-digit both players. If both players get one more clear with 1 minute left, it's very possible.
Ooh, mistiming that one. It's going to be curious whether or not that Spekio is going to go through this or not. Trying to figure out a way to package jump through it, possibly, rather than having to worry about it. And doing an excellent job of it, by the way. Look at this.
Yeah, this is some crazy plays here. Getting these package jumps. Gets his first reset point. Now he's looking for more cheese to get through this level.
Just Spekio just saying, I don't need your Trig Blasters. I have a package and you've given me spikes. I can find my way through it. And there's a goal within sight. Taking the clear.
Yep, there's our double digit on Spekio's side. Is eedefeed going to be able to answer in time with only 30 seconds left on the clock?
As we know, this is not exactly a long level to get through. Just you have to deal with those fire lock cannons at this point. But if we have 30 seconds left on the clock, Spekio can take this to a game 3, folks. He sees the end. He sees a gem gate, but he restarts because he knows there's not much time left. Can he do this in time?
Yep, and Spekio's looking to keep his lead, get another level under his belt before the timer runs out. But they've only got a few seconds left.
Oh my god, Edie has 10 seconds left at this point. He has the waylay. We know that it's going to be in the clear. This is going to be very close, folks. He does not make it in time.
He is not very happy. He sees his checkpoint or his final area right there. He's not too happy about it.
You can see the frustration and the mouse movements at that one there. And it looks like Spekio has eked out a game 2. We're going to game 3, folks.
Man, what do you think, Retro, of how this game went and how I called it at the beginning? I mean, I was not expecting my call to be right, but man.
This is unreal, folks. A game 3 in the grand final, like we were hoping for, and they were both close. But it looks like, again, my play about the first blood here at this point. We'll have to see if that superstition holds up in game 3. But Sinead, I'm not sure where you're hiding the crystal ball, my friend. But do you have a pick now based on this for game 3?
Oh man, if I were to pick on game 3, this is going to be. I think it's going to be close the entire way if I had to pick. I want to say that with the frustration, eedefeed's going to take first blood. With the frustration on that last level in those last couple of seconds, I think eedefeed's going to take first blood. Who's going to end up winning? Oh man, that's a really good question.
This is anyone's game. I can feel the hype already at this point, guys. Game 3, it all comes down to this. 15 minutes, and we will decide and crown our champion of DLC Season 2. Spekio edging that one out. eedefeed doing a fantastic job. Both players extremely consistent in what they've been doing throughout this entire matchup. It can go either way. I'm sure that both nerves are running super high. eedefeed with the visible frustration at the end of that level with time ticking away with the goal within reach. Just a few waylay dashes away and could have made it there. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think once again, I'm really hoping that we're going to see a tie at the very end here. We're going to have to go for another 5 minutes on both runners to try and finish a level in order to actually win the game.
And this is it. Spekio has done it, though. He reset the scores. Now it's 1-1. It all comes down to a single set. Everything that's happened before does not matter. It all comes down to this. Someone's walking away with a silver. Another one's walking away with the crown on this one, folks. And I would love to see some guesses in chat as far as what you guys are thinking at this point. It could go really either way. I don't really want to put a stamp on either one of them. I'm just curious to see who gets first blood out of the gate here, and if that carries true with the pattern that we've seen here in Game 1 and Game 2.
Yeah, and again, guys, if you're not following these channels already, I see some of you mentioning it in chat. How does eedefeed only have like 90-something followers? Go follow eedefeed. Go follow Spekio. Go follow Retrofile. You know, all these guys are great runners in their own right, not to mention joining our Discord, making the community grow. If you guys are interested in seeing what we're doing, not to mention voting for other races that we might put on the channel, make sure that it is known. That's how we're going to know what we're going forward doing here.
That's correct, guys. Definitely go ahead and take a look at that Discord. That is going to be your main hub at this point to get involved with the Delivery Championship moving forward, DLC. We're here to help out as best as we can, guys. Always looking for new faces and runners here to hop up here on the big stage. This could be you. All you got to do is be able to stream and play LevelHead, and you're good to go from there, guys. But definitely keep it locked here for sure for Game 3. Going to be really exciting. Both players right now going through the playlists, and we're going to get through here as quick as we possibly can. Very exciting stuff, guys. And Sanaeth, I'm not sure what's going to happen here in Game 3, but it's been an absolute pleasure, by the way, co-commentating alongside you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure for me as well.
All right, guys. We are going to the interplanetary view. I'm sure that the Reddies will be coming here very shortly. This is anyone's game. Spekio versus eedefeed for the championship here in Grand Finals. Game 3. Hard fought the whole way through, guys. This is fantastic.
All right, I'm calling it again. eedefeed taking first blood over Spekio, but I think it's going to be a close match through the whole game. I'm hoping for a tie at the end, but we'll see when it comes down to.
Both players are consistently skilled and consistently consistent, as it were, as they've gone through definitely some pretty crazy plays we saw in that last match. And the timer is here. 3, 2, 1, and go. Green flag drops Game 3. Last 15 minutes, guys. DLC Season 2. Let's go.
Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's get some flags in the chat. Emote spam, guys. Let's get excited.
And right out of the gate here, it looks like we're trying to get the key off this large flapjack. Spekio finding his way through. eedefeed at the top of the tower, but taking an unfortunate death with no checkpoints. That's going to cost some time. Let's see if a similar thing happens with Spekio as well.
Yep, Spekio is looking for some cheese on the top of the level here, trying to look around to see what he can do. He's going to end up skipping this, though, as eedefeed keeps trying it.
So it did not work out the way he wanted it to, didn't like it, and opts to skip. Let's see if that actually will haunt him. Again, first blood is going to be within reach. Edie taking another death, having to repeat this section. Will it be to his detriment or will it be to his advantage here going into the next level at this point? On Spekio's side, Waylay, Battle Gates, Flapjacks. Doing a pretty good job playing this very cautiously.
Yeah, it's his old nemesis with the Flapjacks and the Waylay here.
That's correct. And we can see that the flip whip is the last thing that stands between him and the end, it appears. The package is there. We got some swoop and dupes coming up, but doing a really good job. Look at this, staying just out of reach of that tongue. It plays that perfectly. Flawless victory. And plays, that's a one-shot, folks. Not a single death there. Spekio getting first blood in Game 3.
Looks like my crystal ball was wrong this time on this one.
I think even yours is looking cloudy here for Game 3 because truly it could be anybody at this point. And Spekio getting chased by some sort of like alien monster of portals and whiz blades, just trying to find his way. Guided missiles raining fire. Look at this craziness. And
dude, this
on
level
eedefeed's
is
side, it looks
crazy.
Like he took the skip.
Yeah, so eedefeed's looking to get his place on the board as he's got to get through all these battle gates. We've seen this level already. Let's see how eedefeed does on it as Spekio is racing through this next level that he's being chased around in.
Unfortunately, with those guided missiles, they can be very hard to avoid. And it looks like he's taking a death here, and it looks like there may be a potential gem gate blocking him at this point. No, he sees a battery here as well, so hard to say what he's actually going to be doing with this section here. But will he spend the time to do it? He can see the goal, he can see the package, but opting to skip after all. eedefeed, and getting near the end, the Flapjack guarding everything, and takes the goal on that one as well, tying this one up 1-1.
Yep, so we got our first clear from eedefeed. We got our couple of skips here on Spekio's side, all tied up for the sets, all tied up for the clears. This is super exciting, guys.
And Spekio going very deep with the skips at this point here, getting to the latter part of his first playlist. And we still have 12 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of these levels in the middle end up being either puzzle levels or longer levels to go through.
And again, very heavy-handed here. Spekio already on map number 8 of his first playlist at this point. eedefeed also opting to skip on his side as well. On Spekio's side, with Treetop Trouble, he has himself a spring he can work with. He's going to climb his way up there into the spike block section, trying to avoid those switches. They're toggle switches, so you got to be careful with it. But you can do some very careful jumps to work your way through. On eedefeed's side, Blobfish, Tiptoe, trying to figure out how to get up there.
And Spekio's got his package on this tree level that he's in, so now all he has to do is get the key, which he just got, goes over to the door, gets his package, and he's diving down to his goal. He gets the lead, 2-1, Spekio.
And unfortunately, we saw there that he actually took that leap of faith and didn't throw the package down. He could have very much hit one of those Spiketrons, but unfortunately edged it out. Or fortunately for him, edged it out. And then taking a skip, he's on level 10 of his first playlist already, with still 10:51 left on the clock.
Probably not bad decisions. Like I said, most of these levels seem like they're either puzzle levels or just longer levels in general. Both players are looking to get through the faster levels that they can get to, and again, this is the mind game. You're thinking to yourself, okay, am I going to do this? Is my opponent going to do this? Do I move on?
Well, that being said, looks like moving on helped out Spekio, taking his third clear, and that is a confirmed 3 clears on that playlist screen right there. His first playlist is done with 10 minutes to go. Let's hopefully see if the second playlist will work out well. And it looks like he did not do any recon work, didn't thumb through the list. He's just going to take it as is and go from there. eedefeed on his side, falling down, getting that clear, 3-2, still in Spekio's favor here in Game 3.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, eedefeed didn't do the same thing that you were saying that Spekio might be able to do with the package, is just throw it down, make sure that you're not going to hit a Spiketron on the way down. Definitely a risk, but maybe they had some in-game knowledge. They've played the level before. It was just a matter of getting to the end.
And that's correct. On Spekio's side here, while he's in playlist number 2, looks like this is going to be a simple gem collection bit. And also he finds the package within reach. Will he find the clear here shortly? We will find out. eedefeed on his side, a confirmed 3 clears.
All right, so this is definitely a gem collection, turning on those paths to get all the gems. All he's got to do is collect them all, get that next gate open, and there it is. He's on to the next area.
And it looks like there's pretty low a chance of death here from overall. Just it's more about time and how fast you can go with this. Looks like Spekio being very consistent, taking that key with him now. It looks like we might be over a pit, but the goal is within sight. And he takes it and takes the lead.
Yep, so eedefeed's just got to do the same thing now. He's just got to get through this level, and unfortunately takes a death on that first gem door.
That will definitely be costly at this point. Spekio in favor to him for both time and clears. We're looking at 4-3 at this point here. Amazingly to think that we're on our second playlist and not even half the time has gone by already. And Spekio getting the zipper, which again makes me very happy. eedefeed on his side making excellent progress. He knows he's right above the goal room at the bottom down there. He just has to get these additional gems and move forward.
Yep, and eedefeed's got to make the same play here, getting these gems moving back and forth on this path. Just get them all to get through this next door. He knows that this level is probably fairly short and fairly easy. It's just a matter of getting through it and being consistent, like you said.
And this is the last gem door between eedefeed and that clear to tie this back up here at 4-4. Spekio right now staring down the barrel of a couple vac rats, trying to figure out if there's a way he can cheese his way out of this level potentially and do some recon work. Edie getting his clear, 4-4.
Right you are. So we're all tied up again. This is going to be a very close race of who's going to beat this next level, who's going to skip.
Oh, as it stands right now, Spekio's pretty deep into this level. He hasn't skipped yet. Edie may see that you can't really see too much progress at this point with all these enclosures. You don't really know how big the level is. You can't really find a lot of information. And it looks like that, unfortunately, Spekio just zipped into the unknown and ended up taking a death on that. So without any visual knowledge of where you're supposed to be going, this could take an indeterminate amount of time for both players. Either someone gets lucky or someone just opts to bail sooner rather than later. That could decide this already just from this little set. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this looks like a very explore heavy level as far as like trying to get through it, and it looks like Spekio is going to go ahead and skip it. He doesn't want to deal with it anymore as eedefeed gets a win on it. He finds his goal, so now eedefeed is once again in the lead 5-4.
Unbelievable. Again, that could be a pivotal moment where one person opts to skip and the other one just keeps pushing their way through and getting the clear. That being said, Edie got through that very quickly at this point, so definitely to his benefit. Still plenty of time left on the clock. Still anyone's game here, but we're in playlist number 2, so options are wearing thin.
Oh, and eedefeed sees his goal, gets it, increasing his lead 6-4 as Spekio is right behind him. Now we're at 6-5.
Absolutely correct. So they tied it back up, or they momentarily, but still eedefeed has that advantage here, clearing that level that Spekio had skipped.
And this looks like a battle tower that eedefeed's in right now, along with Spekio. So it's going to be a matter of who can clear the battle tower faster.
And we have just less than 6 minutes left on the clock. Still plenty of time. Still anyone's game here at this point. And again, not too many levels remain here within the second playlist. We'll have to see at this point if they're going to be a little more sparing about their skips just to try to maximize their score with this time that they have left.
I'm wondering if eedefeed has some knowledge on this level, because he's skipping the enemies, just getting that switch to enable the portal and climbing the tower faster. It looks like Spekio is actually trying to kill some of these enemies, maybe thinking that there might be a battle gate at the end.
Well, from what it looks like, based on this, I can understand the play on both sides, even if they did or did not have previous knowledge. There's just so many enemies to attack and to kill. It seems that the rift opens up when you hit that switch, so it seems like that is the logical path of progression. Both players working their way up this tower as evil as possible. Spekio doing a great job maximizing the use of that invincibility power of the D-bot and doing a great job with that. On Edie's side, though, it looks like the floors are getting closer together. He's at the top, and he sees the package within reach, but what happened? And it just gets hit by the flip whip.
So the door is closed there, so I might be right that there's a battle switch or a certain way. Nope, he gets it. So it looks like there's a certain way you have to hit the switches in order to get your package.
And also getting trolled there by the Bernie Whirler twice in a row, just popping out of nowhere. We'll see if Spekio can avoid it. No, same fight. Yeah, how do you react to that?
Yeah, so we're screen for screen again, but eedefeed definitely has the lead here. All he needs to do is get past this Bernie Whirler, and he has it.
Well, not anymore. Spekio with the clear, tying it up 6-6, and eedefeed quickly answering back with another right hook with 7-6 with his clear.
And we still have about 3 to 4 minutes left on this match, so this is still anyone's match. We're super close as we get to a zipper level. Looks like Spekio is able to break it, not have to go through all these blocks. All he has to do now is run up the tower.
And that was a pretty good play. Also, eedefeed following suit, doing the same, but Spekio grabbing himself the clear, tying it back up 7-7. I anticipate we'll be seeing another here clear very shortly from eedefeed. Again, pulling back into the lead 8-7 with 3:28 left to go.
Yeah, plenty of time. And, you know, both these players are starting to look to see if they can get to their double digits at this point, especially not knowing what levels the other player has actually gone and cleared already.
And again, if you look at the top of the screen there, Sinead, we are pretty deep into this second playlist. We very well may run out of levels here in this final game of the final match of DLC Season 2. And it's to eedefeed's favor at this point, since he cleared one that Spekio skipped. And now it looks like they're on a raceway map that they have to work their way through.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to, definitely think about how you're going to run these in the future. Do we get a third playlist set up just in case you end up skipping so much of the playlist that you just have to get to that third playlist?
Well, as unlikely as that has been, this is the first time that we've presented ourselves at this point where we've been knocking at the door. I think 2 might be the sweet spot for 15 minutes from what we've seen. But these guys are showing no restraint whatsoever as best as they can. From what we can see, though, it looks like that Spekio is making his way through those laps a little bit quicker. Deaths at this point are pretty heavy. Looks like that was the final lap. Should be getting the goal here. Spekio takes that clear on the raceway map, tying this back up 8-8.
Yep. So, and the eedefeed is going to be right behind him. He's just going to make a couple more laps. Hopefully, Spekio can get through this next level pretty quickly. The shoe on this is only about 30 seconds, so if he can get through this level pretty quickly, he can increase that lead before Spekio gets a chance. I'm sorry, eedefeed gets a chance to finish this raceway.
And eedefeed on lap 4, making amazing time on lap 4. Look at this. A great job overall. We have 1:40 left on the clock. Spekio maintaining his sprint speed, realizing that time is of the essence. Edie grabbing the lead once again. 9-8. We're getting very deep here in the second playlist with time ticking away. Spekio doing a great job maintaining sprint on that slippy goo.
Yep, gotta hit those switches on the way down to get that fire out of the way. Got his package. End is in sight. Gets it. Ties it up as eedefeed is just starting this map. So again, Spekio is looking for a quick level to get ahead to win this game.
Ties it back up and opts to skip. Spekio is now on his final level. He has to do this regardless at this point. The package is within reach. My goodness gracious, look at this. eedefeed also doing a really good job of being consistent here, working his way through. We have 50 seconds left, less than a minute to go, guys.
Yeah, and this is a 5-second clear, so there's definitely cheese somewhere. He gets it. So now Spekio cleared his final level. He's technically in the lead with a 10-9. At
this point here, we very well may be going to a tiebreaker here, folks. Unless Edie can somehow, having some difficulty with that slippy goo, is just taking that time. He gets that clear, ties it back up 10-10. He has 20 seconds on this final level potentially. Yeah, I think he may have to opt for a skip, possibly. Yeah, this is a level that was skipped instantly. He's going to his follow. Both runners making to level 20 at this point. Less than 10 seconds to go. Trying to find his way. That is it. That's a tie on game 3.
Didn't I say that they were going to tie on game 3?
I think so, sir. Maybe that your crystal ball had a bit of a cracking on first blood, but we are going to a tiebreaker of game 3 of the grand finals of season 2. Absolutely unbelievable. Both of their pulses must be completely racing. What level are we possibly going to get for the end of this?
Maybe we should give him my Metroid level. That's a good speed run.
Oh my gosh.
So my Metroid level,
how you end it.
If you guys haven't seen my Metroid level, it's not a difficulty 3. It's definitely higher than that. But it's got multiple branching paths that you can take through it. And it's very true to the original Torian Escape from Super Metroid. So if you have the game knowledge, you can definitely get through there pretty quickly.
Very cool stuff, Sinead. Definitely appreciate that. Lots of cool levels that are out there that are VGM themed and VG themed for all the classic stuff. But at this point, my friend, the hype in the chat it's palpable. It's 10-10. Hard fought to the end. eedefeed, if he just had just a little bit more time, could have gotten that clear and taken this. We're going to a tiebreaker, guys. 5 minutes, one level, no skips. First to win takes it all at this point and will be crowned DLC Season 2 champion.
Yeah, this is super exciting, guys. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's get some flags in the chat. Let's spam the chat hype. Get going here. Follow both of our runners if you're not already. Be sure to lurk both of their channels. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Best of luck to both of our runners at this point, guys. It's going to be a quick little setup. Let them get themselves set. And people are saying at this point that that we planned this. Like we somehow had this amazing thing that was planned out to get to a game 3, and not only a game 3, a tiebreaker game 3. We're going to end this on a high note, folks. You wanted the content. You got the content. We gave you as much as possible of the Delivery Championship. And here you are. And it is literally anyone's race. One level to decide it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think both runners are stepping away from this feeling like they didn't lose. You know, they got to a point where they not only got to the grand finals, they got to a game 3 on the game finals and tied it. I mean, that just goes to show how close in skill these two runners are.
Okay, it's an even split in the chat. I hate to ask Sanaeth because I almost feel like it could be spoilers, but that crystal ball of yours, what do you got for the final grand final?
You know what? I think Spekio is going to take it. I think we're going to see a first blood on Spekio's side. I just have a feeling.
This is going to be incredible. They verified the map that we have here. Run, spike trap from Nick the Fatfish. To decide it all, the top time is less than 20 seconds. From what I have to guess then, based on what this is called, any death is going to be punishing. It's going to come down to consistency. This could very well be a photo finish, guys. And they're getting lined up here. This is going to be a good one, guys. Get to the edge of your seat. I know I'm there, and we're getting ready here, folks.
Now, if I get this right, I'm going to probably not hear the end of it, because I think I've predicted the entire race for the finals pretty much down to the T.
The only thing I think you've gotten wrong so far was the first blood in Game 3, my friend, but otherwise you've been on point, so keep that going. We'll see. Will Spekio pull it out as Sanaeth has predicted, or will eedefeed defy destiny and take himself to the championship at this point? All comes down to this.
This is truly an epic matchup in the making, guys. I mean, definitely going to be on YouTube, and we're definitely going to try and promote this because this was huge. I mean, even seeing this live has been crazy.
Both players right now, their pulses have to be racing. Everyone's getting ready up in the chat, and this is going to be absolutely intense. Everyone's saying ready. The countdown is forthcoming. 3, 2, 1, go. The final of the grand final. Here we go, guys. Tiebreaker. First to win it takes it all. Spekio versus eedefeed. Let's go.
Yep, they start off carrying their package. It looks like all they have to do is race to the end and avoid these spikes. eedefeed taking an early death, though.
Spekio taking a late death, however, having to turn around.
Yep, both players come down to who's going to get hit by traps or hit by enemies.
Now Spekio getting back to the dense fog section, trying to find his way once again, getting over this. However, they're both dead. They're both tied up at this point. My God. Look at this, running frame by frame. eedefeed taking the death. Spekio avoiding the Crumbler on his side, bopping over the Vakrat. Spekio currently out in front, trying to get that clear, coming back to where he was before, where he got held up. Finding again that he has to take the top route. Clearing that section, finding his way. Is it a mad dash to the end? Is this all there is? He takes it!
There it is.
Spekio is your champion of DLC Season 2. Congratulations. Well played. My God.
Thank you for both of our runners running this. I mean, huge win for Spekio here. He's got to feel good about it. eedefeed's going to try and at least finish the level. But yeah, huge win.
Spekio the God Slayer, taking down Intuition in one of the closest matches just by the skin of his teeth yesterday. Edges out a grand final tiebreaker victory over eedefeed. Spekio is your DLC Season 2 champion. eedefeed taking the silver medal, second place. Intuition edging out Column W, getting third. Column W, best of the rest, in fourth place. That is DLC Season 2, folks. What a tournament.
Yeah, huge tournament. And again, I know I'm not ever going to hear the end of this after everything that happened. I swear to God, I didn't have any inside information. I just was making guesses. So the fact that all of my guesses were right, I know I'm not going to hear the end of it.
Well, my friend, that's going to be a tough act to follow. That people will be asking you for the inside line moving forward when putting together their brackets for DLC 3. That's for sure, my friend. Absolutely sure. Unbelievable. Hopefully we can get both of them in here for a word after that wonderful showing in the grand final.
Yep. We're definitely taking a look here for our booth to see if people want to get in here for a interview. People asking me to buy a lottery ticket.
And right now we're working behind the scenes to see who wants to come in the booth here and talk about that unbelievable matchup. I don't think anyone could have asked for a better matchup to end this entire thing for the day. I know I'm leaving completely pleased from this. This has been fantastic, and I'm so glad to be a part of this for sure.
And we're joined by eedefeed and Spekio at the same time as everyone's being pulled in. So bear with us just a moment. eedefeed, let's ask you first. How did you feel those matches went?
They well, they went well. I think both of us did really well. But yeah,
there was some tough sets in there. I mean, like that last set that we just did, like the whole first page was filled with things that you didn't want to play.
Yeah, pretty much. I was panicking by the time I got to the end of the first one, and I only got 2 clears.
Yeah, I think I might have made 2 or 3 at the beginning, but yeah, like there was a couple levels in there that like looked like they might have been possible, and you get in there and it didn't look good either.
Yeah, I wish I could have figured out. I remember what the way of beating that first level was, because I remembered that first level from somewhere, and I know Intu's got like a 17-second time on it, but for the life of me, I could not work out what the package was.
Yeah, I skipped that one pretty quick. As soon as I couldn't, it looked like it started being more open, and I was like, I don't know what they want to require of me of the I forget what those bouncy items are called, the flap sacks or whatever. I wasn't sure if they were gonna like require you to do jumps on with those, and I just didn't want to do that.
Well, absolutely unbelievable matchup, guys, the whole way through for sure. Spekio, how does it feel, man, that you had to claw your way through yesterday and you had to claw your way back today? eedefeed taking the first set, so you had to run this one back all the way to the end. What do you think?
Yeah, I felt like I did really bad on that first set, and I was starting to get worried. And I'm pretty sure that the exhibition matches we had, right? I did play against eedefeed and I lost, so I was worried that even though Intu is the guy everyone expects to win all the time, but eedefeed is the one who actually beat me, so I was kind of worried about that.
Well, yeah, very fantastic job overall.
Did either of you, from your first set, start changing your strategies a little bit and how you approached your levels, what you wanted to skip, what you didn't want to skip? Give a little bit of feedback to anyone who is aspiring to get into this kind of a race.
I tried to not change my strategy at all. I've done a lot of practice. You might have seen on my playlists at the beginning, I've played a lot of levels before. And I think I approached it the way I can. The way I lost is on skill, not on strategy. But
yeah, so anyone who wants to get into this, anyone can win. You saw, we went up against Intu. You saw someone like Column W goes against Intu. Even someone who's the top tier player. It's possible to beat them. You get the right levels. You get a lucky win on certain levels, and you can do just as well as the top players. So there's a lot of room for clawing your way to victory, even if you don't feel as confident. And it's a lot of fun. So I definitely encourage anyone else to get into this.
Would you guys just say that it comes down to decision making and looking at that shoe time?
I feel like it's partly your strategy of how you when to decide to skip. Definitely skipping at the right time is important, but there's definitely a little bit of luck in there, because you never know what those levels show. You could see a level, it's going to take 20 seconds, and you get in there and it's not 20 seconds, and there's all sorts of things that can go wrong, and to trick you into thinking you got a short level when you don't.
And we've also seen in earlier matches cases where people have skipped and they were just so close to the end, and that's cost people a lot of clears.
So, guys, I have to ask. So, going into not only just game 3 in general, just like the mental state, the mental game, and the challenges, the jitters at this point, when you found out it was a tie for all of it, just going into that moment, I have to imagine that the pulse was racing. Edie, we'll start with you, man. What was the mental state like throughout the match, and then especially right before the tiebreaker?
If I'm honest with you, it wasn't too bad. I was more nervous about the commentary I did last weekend than playing, because as I said, I put in a lot of practice. I know what I can do. I know that I can perform consistently. But commentary for me was way worse.
So eedefeed was full of swagger and confidence.
It's definitely exciting. I'm glad we gave everyone a really exciting last match, and I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Absolutely. A whole heck of a show. Spekio, how about you? What was your mental state like throughout this? How were the jitters, and how was it finally you took it to a tiebreaker?
Yeah, no, that was definitely nerve-wracking. I mean, when I finished that last one at the end, I was like, okay, 20 seconds, I'm sitting here, how many levels is he going to beat in 20 seconds? Because that second playlist, you knocked them out, like a lot of levels in like 20, 30 seconds. So I kind of had to hope that early on he had skipped just as much as I did. And then going into that tiebreaker, I was very worried because, Judge is telling us, oh, you just run right and dodge spikes. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you told the people for that maze that you gave them like 2 weeks ago. And I was worried that, like, I was like, can we really just run through this? Or is it going to be like some surprises and he's trying to trick us? Or wasn't sure what was going to happen.
So I will say that in the moment while watching it, I was getting pretty hyped because the moments where like you were running right and then you would hit a wall that you could not sprint jump over and you had to go left, that tripped up both of you in that moment because you're getting in that rhythm of just avoiding the things like, oh, this is a hold right level. That it was a bit rough. And yes, when Jazz presented that one tiebreaker for me in column W, he said it was a straightforward level, just avoid the hazards. And well,
yeah, pretty much. And then, I had, when I died on this level, I see it was a 20-second time. I was like, I died like once or twice. And at that point, I kind of thought I lost at that point because 20 seconds, especially when I saw the goal at the end where it was like right after one of the spots that I messed up once or twice on. And I was like, wow, if eedefeed makes like one more jump than me, and then it would have been over.
Right, you are.
Yeah, it sounds like you performed a lot better on that last one than I did. I did terrible. Did you fall for the rift? Did you go through the rift at all, Spekio?
No, I was not going through that rift.
Why not?
People use this as traps, and I don't like they're just another obstacle, and like there was no reason for that rift to be there, and I didn't trust it.
I thought it could be a skip, but then I should have listened to Jazz when he said it was a straightforward one.
You never know with Jazz.
Well, do either of you have any final words here? Anything that you'd like to promote on your own channels, or anything that you'd like to talk about before we head off and start rating someone?
Yeah, I stream on Tuesdays.
Well, this is your chance, guys. Talk about what you want to do or what you have in the future. Looking forward to maybe our DLC 3 coming up.
Yeah, I'm helping in the background as you are with preparing for DLC 3. I don't think it's announced yet. We don't have a date for it at all. But certainly we want people in our Discord server ready to be notified whenever the forms go live for you to sign up. So please get on that Discord.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Join our Discord. Make sure that you're showing us that you want to see more of this stuff. Get some hype in our Discord over here. Make sure you're following each of our runners as well, and you'll stay up to date with all the latest happenings over here.
And I actually do have an announcement for an event that's coming up. And the Speedrunners Guild, the next season is starting on June 1st on Monday. So if you're interested in speedrunning, there's a link on the Discord. There's a Level Cup site you can enroll, and we give people like goal times, and you compete to get those goal times. So even if you don't think you can compete against the top speedrunners, there's plenty of other goals that you could have set for yourself in the meantime. And and that all, and for the prize for that, we actually have a 2.5-inch replica of the in-game package. So if you think you're up for it and you think you could win, you could win the actual package from in-game.
As long as I can name it Companion Cube.
I guess you can name it whatever you want.
Of course.
Well, good showing for both of you guys. Definitely, everyone was super entertained. Lots of hype in the chat for everyone here. Thank you so much for everyone stopping by. I believe we are going to try and get a raid going here fairly shortly, so bear with us just a moment.
Fantastic stuff. Well, with that being said, I will go ahead and take my leave here, guys, and just give my sign-offs overall. Thank you to everyone involved here. Thank you to especially to eedefeed and Spekio for putting on one heck of a show today. Absolutely unbelievable. This is the match I think we all hoped that we would have, but didn't expect it would actually occur, but it did. And if you guys go back and watch the VOD on that one, guys, you'll find out that Sanaeth is truly psychic and predicted a lot of this. And don't let him forget that, by the way. Nonetheless, guys, really enjoyed my time here in the booth. A shame that Talk Gibberish could not be here today. I took his place then. Hopefully he feels better. Thank you to everyone involved. Truly a great time. Thank you to the viewers for hanging out here. Butterscotch, Shenanigans, other casters, the runners themselves, administration here behind the scenes. Such a great time and a great thing to be a part of, guys. Definitely hop in this Discord if you want to find out more about the announcements for DLC. To get involved, you're going to have to be here anyway. So get in here now, say hello, and we'll love to have you guys. Thank you so much for everything, for sure. Sanaeth, what you got here to wrap things up?
So it looks like we're actually going to be getting eedefeed out of this chat and into his own stream again. We're going to go raid eedefeed. Be sure you're following his channel when you get over there. Show him some love and get some hype going, guys.
Bet you are. So we will be raiding here and moving forward, and this is going to be fantastic for sure, guys. What a tournament. How things shaped up. Congratulations to Spekio, eedefeed in second, Into in third, and Column W in fourth. Great job, guys, and everyone involved. Fantastic matches today and every day.
Okay, and that's exactly what
guys, one final word for the whole event. Thanks to everybody who was involved in this. The casters, the competitors, the people in the administration, even the people that just turned on their computer and started watching us. And the people who is in the Discord, everyone, the LevelHead community and the developers. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jaj. Much appreciated. It's we're glad to be here. Thank you so much for the effort that you put in, along with everybody else, to make this a reality. And this has become the gold standard and the community hub for everyone to kind of rally around, and everyone's having a great time here with it, for sure. All right, my friends, look like we're going to be ready to raid and wrap up here. It's we're going over to eedefeed. We're going to go have the consolation stream on his side and keep the party going for sure. Fantastic job to everyone involved. Had a great time here, guys. We'll see you again here at Delivery Championship. Follow the channel, hop on the Discord, support all the runners and casters. And guys, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart and everyone here for making this what it was today. Thank you so much. We'll see you again real soon, guys. Let's go ahead and say hello to eedefeed.